Yo, what's happening, my fellow artistes? In this video, I wanted to do something a little special, a little out of left field, if you will, and I wanted to take you guys through my creative flow when it comes to how I create the time lapses for the drawings that I do. Now, I've had a lot of you guys reaching out going, hey, this is really cool, like, how do you do this? So I figured, let me show you. Now I'm going to be going over everything from the cameras that I use to the overall setup that I have to my flow in Adobe Premiere Pro. Now you might be thinking, well, you need an elaborate camera, you know, something like this. Hold up. Yes. But I mean, you really don't. Now I have used this camera, which is a Nikon D3200 DSLR for my intros and my outros in the past. But when it comes to my actual drawings, I don't mount this up on a tripod and hit record and start drawing. I actually use, booyah, my smartphone. Now, most smartphones these days have a feature on the camera for time lapse. So rather than using a big clunky camera, I just use my phone. Now I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how I hook my phone up to my tripod so that I can record my time lapses. And I'm also going to show you how I dice it up in Adobe Premiere Pro to make it look pretty. So without further ado, let's go. All right guys, so this is the setup. I have my lights, my tripod stand, zip tie to hold my smartphone onto my tripod, and I have my drawing. So this is a very basic setup. It doesn't cost a lot of money. I just made it work with what I had available. This is the setup that I have for every time-lapse drawing that I do. Once I've completed my drawing session, what I do is I take that video file and I import that onto my computer so that I can put it into Adobe, dice it up, and make it look pretty. And let me show you how I do that. So right off the bat, a quick trick that you're gonna wanna do once you get those sessions onto your computer is label them part 1, part 2, part 3, so on and so forth. And this is gonna help for when you go to drag and drop all of your sessions into your Adobe bin. Now, I typically have anywhere from 12 to 18 sessions, each session being anywhere from 45 minutes on to, an hour, maybe a little bit more. I tend to not like to sit for any longer than that because I find that I'm able to do the best drawing that I can within that time frame. And now what we're going to do after we have all of the sessions imported into our bin, we're going to drag those out onto the timeline. And what I like to do is I like to drag all the sessions out onto the timeline, including the final session, which I always entitle signing, and that's where my hand goes onto the paper and I actually sign my piece to conclude it. And like I said, you'll have anywhere from I've had as little as 10 sessions on some of my time lapses, and I've had as many as 24 sessions on some of my time lapses. So once we have all of those sessions imported, including our signing and final session, what we're going to do is we're going to click V1 and we're going to lock that out, and then we're going to highlight all of our sessions, go up to speed duration, and I typically like to put my speed in anywhere from 300 to 400, it just kind of depends on how long I want that session to be. And then we're going to, after we've sped up those sessions and they shorten up, we're going to pull those sessions together. And what this essentially is doing is this is speeding up the session so that it's not nearly as long. And you just bring these all over. Quick trick is to click and highlight all of them.
You can drag all of them over at once, and then you can bring your anchor point, deselect, and then reselect each session and bring them over. This is just a quick, easy way to save a little bit of time and make sure that you are getting all of your sessions brought over. And then here I want to show you the quick edit that I do on my signing session. I want to have range of motion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my razor and I'm going to cut this scene to where my hand just starts to come into frame. When we zoom out here, that way you can see that it'll be nice and fluid from when I'm drawing and I conclude my drawing to when I sign it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my logo, I'm going to drop that into the bin, I'm going to bring it over, slap it on the end of my signing scene, drop my anchor point, come over here to effect controls, scale this out to 40 instead of 100. That makes it nice and uniform. Then I'm going to come over to video transitions. I'm going to put a cross dissolve on the beginning of this. It's kind of short. I'm going to go over to effect controls again. I'm going to select the cross effect and I'm going to put duration on that of 2 seconds. And then when I play that back, that looks really nice. That's what I like. And then here I'm going to put a cross transition on the beginning as well, so that as my logo fades off, my drawing fades on. And that is pretty much it. Voila. So that is my creative process for how I create my time lapses. I hope you guys are starting to see that it's fairly simple to create a video archive of your portfolio. All you really need is your willpower and your art. Now I'm going to drop some links down below, so if you guys want to check out any of this equipment, you can totally do that. And with that, that is it. That is all I got for you guys this week. And remember, if you guys enjoyed this video and you find yourself enjoying all the videos that we make here at Messer Creations, I encourage you to like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell when you subscribe so you guys can be notified when our latest and greatest videos come out. My name is Braden, and you guys have just been tipped off. I hope you guys had fun, and I will see you in the next one.